In this video by deck plate, we will understand the VA disability ratings for multiple digits, unfavorable ankylosis, 5 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis of 4 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis of 3 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis of 2 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis of multiple digits, favorable ankylosis, 5 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis of 4 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis of 3 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis of 2 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis of. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purpose only. It's not intended for doctor-patient or lawyer-client relationship. Ankylosis, the abnormal stiffness or immobility of a joint, can severely impact hand function. For veterans who suffer from ankylosis in multiple digits, the VA assigns disability ratings to reflect the severity of the condition. The ratings depend on whether the ankylosis is unfavorable or favorable. In this video, we'll break down the VA disability ratings for both unfavorable and favorable ankylosis of multiple digits in one hand, covering diagnostic codes and rating percentages. Multiple digits, unfavorable ankylosis. Unfavorable ankylosis occurs when the joints are immobilized in a position that severely limits functional use. The ratings for unfavorable ankylosis are higher to account for the greater disability. 5 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5216, major rating 60%, minor rating 50%. Note: consider whether evaluation as amputation is warranted. 4 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5217. Thumb and any 3 fingers. Major rating 60%. Minor rating 50%. Index, long, ring, and little fingers. Major rating 50%. Minor rating 40%. Note: consider whether evaluation as amputation is warranted. 3 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5218. Thumb and any 2 fingers. Major rating 50%. Minor rating 40%. Index, long and ring, index, long and little, or index, ring and little fingers. Major rating 40%. Minor rating 30%. Long, ring, and little fingers. Major rating 30%. Minor rating 20%. Note: consider whether evaluation as amputation is warranted. 2 digits of one hand, unfavorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5219. Thumb and any finger. Major rating 40%. Minor rating 30%. Index and long, index and ring, or index and little fingers. Major rating 30%. Minor rating 20%. Long and ring, long and little, or ring and little fingers. Major rating 20%. Minor rating 20%. Note: consider whether evaluation as amputation is warranted. Multiple digits, favorable ankylosis. Favorable ankylosis occurs when the joints are immobilized in a position that still allows for some functional use. The ratings are generally lower than those for unfavorable ankylosis due to the retained function. 5 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5220. Major rating 50%. Minor rating 40%. 4 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5221. Thumb and any 3 fingers. Major rating 50%. Minor rating 40%. Index, long, ring, and little fingers. Major rating 40%. Minor rating 30%. 3 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5222. Thumb and any 2 fingers. Major rating 40%. Minor rating 30%. Index, long and ring, index, long and little, or index, ring and little fingers. Major rating 30%. Minor rating 20%. Long, ring, and little fingers. Major rating 20%. Minor rating 20%. 2 digits of one hand, favorable ankylosis, diagnostic code 5223. Thumb and any finger. Major rating 30%. Minor rating 20%. index and long, index and ring, or index and little fingers. Major rating, 20%. Minor rating, 20%. Long and ring, long and little, or ring and little fingers. Major rating, 10%. Minor rating, 10%. Each rating reflects the degree of functional impairment caused by ankylosis of the fingers. Unfavorable ankylosis generally results in a higher rating due to the more severe limitation of movement, while favorable ankylosis allows for some use and is rated lower. These ratings are essential for determining compensation for veterans whose hands and fingers are affected by service-connected disabilities. Thank you for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and like our videos.